Hello everybody. My name is Zubena Timkondo and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back here. The fact that you're still here and I haven't been on these streets for a while now, that really means the world to me. Thank you so much. If you are new on this channel, please do hit that red subscribe button, and that is it. You are part of this beautiful family. As you guys can see, I am here with something different, an audio diary. So today is the 31st of October 2024, and 4 years ago, on the 31st of October 2020, both my parents passed away in a tragic car accident. So basically, this is just a kind of like a journal entry, if you may. I don't know. And I thought let me just reflect on this past year and just my journey through grief and healing, and maybe you might resonate, maybe you might pick up something or learn something from this, maybe for now or maybe for the future, who knows. And also, just to put it out there, this might be the first entry to my podcast. I've been wanting to do a podcast, but I guess I've been waiting for the right moment, and God willing, this might air on Apple Podcast or Spotify. I don't know. As I said, God willing. So keep your ears on the ground and keep your eyes glued to your screen. But yeah, without further ado, here goes. So the 31st of October 2020, my life took a drastic turn. And yeah, I slept in Dinabazal nge-30th. Davuka nge-31st nginabazali. Yeah, ne? If you know me, son, I love quite a lot of pain. I love quite a lot at things that are deep, so don't mind me. But anyway, I thought I should do like an audio diary type of situation because I've been finding it hard to write, and I've been finding it hard to express myself, like in speaking to people, I guess. So I've been a lot in my head. So I thought, let me just actually take out or like express out what I'm thinking in my mind. And I guess I will listen back to this, years from now, and just see how far the Lord has taken me. So anyway, as I expressed in one of my statuses, that last year, 2023, I was at peace. Like, I was just really grateful. I was just grateful to God for giving me the parents that He had given me, and just looking at how intentional God has been in my life in giving me those particular parents, and even the way that I grew up, as much as I thought I grew up in tough love, and how like God was just preparing me for this specific moment, and how at that time it didn't make sense, but like now I'm like extremely grateful, and even grateful for the inheritance of Jesus Christ. Like my parents giving me the biggest inheritance, which is Jesus Christ. And I was just really grateful for that, and just grateful also for God keeping His promises to me, what He had promised in saying, fear not, I am with you. Even when you walk through the waters, like I'm paraphrasing literally, even when you walk through the waters, you won't drown. Even when you go through the fire, you won't be burned. You're precious in my sight. You're honored and you're loved. And I was just looking back and just really realizing how God has been so good, and how He's really honored that in my life. So this year has been really different, and I think it took me by surprise, because at some point I think you think that you've healed or you've completely healed until like something knocks you off, and like you get a trigger, okay, you just get a moment where you just like, why does it feel like I'm going 10 steps back? So I think this year has been really confusing. Like for the most part, I've been good, but I think drawing towards this day, I haven't been grand at all, because I've just been feeling extremely heartbroken over the passing of my parents. And sometimes it feels like it's new. Like sometimes it feels like, really, has this really happened? Like, guys. But so this year particularly, I have found myself crying a lot about my mom, crying for my mom, and just feeling the void of not having a mother. And I think successfully, God has really taken the role of a father, or rather, let me say, I have allowed him to take that role as a father. It took a while because it was difficult for me to kind of let God in that regard, because I felt like it would mean that I've forgotten about my own dad, or it was like I was replacing my own biological father, So until I encountered God in that verse, which he was asking his disciples, who do you say I am? And just this one day, I think this was last year actually, where I was like, you are my father. And that was when the journey started of allowing God to be a father in my life. And guys, I kid you not, God is literally my dad, and he's taken every role that my dad would play. I don't andiva sikeu kule department katata. I don't want to lie. God is truly a father to me, literally. But this year I've been feeling a void when it comes to my mom, and I've been crying a lot about that because I've been feeling very lonely, and also feeling like so many situations that I've encountered, especially this year, I've been needing the counsel of my mom, and just needing, lando man yoba no mama, and just that friendship you have with mama wako. Yes, you can have best friends, you can have friends, but that mom-daughter relationship is such a precious relationship that honestly, I would have never traded it for anything, but it was God's will for it to be like this. So I've just been feeling very lonely when it comes to that. And I think lately as well, I've been avoiding family content because it's been triggering me a lot. And obviously, it's not from a place of envy or jealousy, but somehow it's just been triggering. Oba, bruh, I miss my mom. This is how I was with my mom. I used to tell her everything, and she's not here. In milestones, and this mama, this is what happened. Okay, come on, or you just I don't want to speak to anyone else. I just really want to speak to my mom.
Mama.
Hey, wait.
You come and go to the appointment later and the 1st of March.
P.
Saldana.
Oh, you tell me? Yo. Janam. Oh, Janam. Ngiyabona ukuthi konjani.
Hey,
because uthatha niyavala.
And once bendisend point ngokuba bendisaqala uphinde ndibreak it down kule veki.
You.
Ndiyancama ke andiyazi.
Oh, siyam.
That's where I feel safe. That's the only person that is going to understand me in this point in time. And also, this is the only person I can be truly honest with and trust that they're going to counsel me in a way that is not going to be judgmental, or in a way that's not going to be detrimental to me, or I'm going to feel safe to express myself. And also the mistakes that I encounter sometimes, or that I do, or that I've done, I know that even if I tell her, she won't scold me, she won't make me feel bad about it, but she'll embrace me as a parent, and she will guide me in saying, okay, do this and this and that. So from the camp that I recently went to, right, Next Generation Burden Bearers and Intercessors, so there was a session there where Dr. Sawoni was doing a session, and he mentioned something about the Holy Spirit being a mother. And I was like, no, it wasn't Dr. Sawoni, it was Reverend Sawoni, actually. So it's the wife, yeah. So she was talking a lot about the human spirit, and she spoke about how God, the Holy Spirit, is a mother, the roles of the Holy Spirit in someone's life, and how the Holy Spirit can be a mother. And it was literally an epiphany moment where I was like, I think this is the answer that I've been looking for, because I've just been feeling this void, and I've just been saying to God as well that, God, thank you, you have literally successfully filled that role of being a dad, but what about the mom side? I've heard you being a father. I've heard you being a dad. But what about the mom side? Like, what about the mom side? Like, I've never heard anyone say that, God is my mother. I don't want someone to say God is my mother, or like, ukubone. So I've just been like, God, mama, because I actually never thought about it. And somehow this year I'm struggling quite a lot with feeling like I need my mother. And yes, I've got great support system. I've got people around me. I've got my aunt who's incredible. But the reality is that they can never be my mom. Like, no one can be my mom. You know what I mean? There was only one Zanele, and there can never be anyone else that will be exactly my mom, unfortunately, right? And I think I've just been mourning that quite a lot this year particularly. And so when I got that revelation of the Holy Spirit being your mother, it kind of like made sense all of a sudden. Like, Nyan, the Holy Spirit is a helper. Like, and I should allow him to take that role. And I guess he's just been waiting for me to open up so that he can fill that spot, right? And I've been closing it so much because I've been saving it, and like saving that moment or that area in my life for my mom, and of which my mom is never gonna come back, right? And I think it's just been painful also, the process of now starting to allow the Holy Spirit to enter into that part of my life, or into that role, because it feels like, it's like replacing my mom. And somehow, as people, we have this thing of Nyani, you want someone to be physically right in front of you, and I'll loosely say the concept of Holy Spirit sometimes feels like it's distant, whereas Umoya Ngcwele is literally sent for us, and he's here. He's literally inside of me, and all I need to do is allow him to take that role, right? And I won't lie and say that I've mastered this. I haven't. I really do think that I'm still at the beginning stages. If I've even scratched the surface of beginning even, I'm still in the beginning stages of just trying to allow him in. It's not easy, bazalwane. It's difficult because it needs vulnerability to the highest point. And I believe that really the Holy Spirit wants to journey with me on this one, and for me to just really allow him to tap into that space and for me to be vulnerable. So I thought I should share, because sometimes it looks like you've gotten everything sorted, okanye it feels like mhlambi, it looks like someone has healed, or they've gone through the worst parts of the healing journey, or the grief stages rather. But yeah, it's a roller coaster. And I'm someone that puts so much pressure on themselves. I do admit that today. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and sometimes I do not allow myself to grieve because I am pressuring myself to be like, "Hi bo, aslulanga na apa." No, Zoobs, like, there's no time for that. Like, you've already passed the stage. Why are you still grieving? Or like, why are you still in the stage, right? So I think I'm just in a process of allowing myself actually to just break down and to feel what I need to feel, and just also allow God in and allow the Holy Spirit in, because ultimately that is where my healing is. And also, I'm extremely grateful. Oh my God, I speak quite a lot. I'm going to end this now. But I'm really, really grateful to God for keeping me and for keeping his promises. As I had mentioned in the beginning of this audio, I'm really, really grateful to God. If it had not been for the Lord, really, guys, by my side, and as banking DP, I would be smoking drugs. I would be in a mental institution. I honestly, every single year, I get shocked at how I did not end up in a mental institution. So if it had not been for the grace of God, if it had not been for the mercy of God, I think there's a verse that said that it's by his mercy that we're not consumed. Like, literally, that is my life. That is my life. And if I did not have Jesus, and there's guys in Pamana right now, like, literally Jesus is the glue to my life. Jesus is the one that's keeping me together. Like, even right now, like, God is also so good. Like, as much as, yes, there are times when I'm just like now, where I'm feeling extremely sad, I'm feeling heartbroken, but God is still so, so good. And I'm really grateful for the community that He's provided me with, and the people and the aid that He's provided for my siblings and I. Like, God, guys, guys, I feel like I've seen God's hand upon my life, and I think that's the end of this vending session. Till next time, bye guys.